Today, I'm gonna talk to you about sketching. So, sketching is for professional artists that who may sketch things first and doing some designs by next and simply must before drawing their outlines. Because I really know that sketching can be really useful although sketching is the proficient way of how you can improve for your drawings and simplify by using like with the tragic methods into a way and how it's done by completing simple technique, like some other ways that you should, whatever you do it at first, before you must organize and sketch, like from the real things, like the real objects. It can be like people or an animal, and that's what I'm gonna show you off. It's like, for example, the one that I appeared right over there is a dog. I completely show you that. And it's really cute. And want me to show you off like how I just did sketching? I know. Just watch over ahead as how I screen recorded. But in a very short time first. Okay. Can be simple well enough though. But however, sketching is like how you deal by formatting those shapes first. Yeah, like a circle or oval or a square, or it can be a triangle. Yeah, and it can be a rectangle too. Yeah, but automatically that if you can withdraw by within those shapes and you can do with some outlines. By the way, I know it is simple, but like it can be step by step, but this is like how it can get a bit exciting. So for those of you that like you can draw a cross, I mean a plus, like on the lines by lines, and you can try to like tragically measure with some points of the designs that can be really useful too. Yeah. And if you ever might feel confusing, like the one that you don't know how to expect, like what you're drawing, you can use your pencil and try to, to darken those lines that you just want to outline by making within your own image. So just like the one that I already showed it to you is the circle for the head and the oval at the bottom, and this is where you can see, and it can be sometimes have variants, like can be like closer and yeah, or whatever, like you do with this, like how it's dimensional, you know it's whether how it seemed to be working, but not as digital as what you're doing on your paper. Or a sketchbook. Yes, sketchbook is indeed what you can do by sketching. And sketching, it is kind of like almost drawing. Yeah, recently, I just eventually found out that the way of how you can deal with our sketches. Yeah, there are like some different ways of how you can sketch, so why don't you just find out? And do you see, like, by the end of the sketching draft that I was screen recording? Or do you want to see again? Okay. All right. So did you found something? All right. So I already know that it's the eyes and the nose and yeah, the facial thingy, like, is for the parts that I just ever don't need, like to just align like the parts, but some people, however, you can do outline advancedly, but people do, like, for artists, everyday artists, it will not get rough, although, but you can just try, like, how you can compare, like, with the shapes that you've just sketched first, and then before what you can do with those designs. Yeah, I just do that too, because sketching is quite very uh professional, and the way is what I can do, what I already consist is, like, I just even do want to do, like, simple shapes and for some of the stuff and the designs, and you can try to re-outline by using a pencil. Yeah, I think that can be, like, stabilize with the shaping designs of your sketching artwork. So you do buy that at first, and then before you can start outlining and drawing, coloring. So I will try to find some images that I can expect to try to resketch the drafts to make it along the way, and that I will be using my iPad because that might be much quicker the way I can do that. So I'll go over ahead. Okay, so I found out some images, and I will paste to show you the images that I already must been found, and I will be using this Apple Pencil and the brush. What you can see for sketching is I'm gonna use the 6B pencil because that's the best brush for artists, what they use to their finished techniques. So the first image, what I found is a house. Okay, so I'm gonna make this picture, lower the opacity, let's say 35%, and then I'm gonna tap for a new layer, and I'm gonna start to resketch. And don't forget, make sure you use the very dark gray color because that's the color of the regular pencil point, and it's the like the best color we use for every day. And then I'm gonna start to sketch it. So now here I just sketched the house. Yeah, I will show it to you over there onto the screen. So you know how I made trapezoids first, like for the roof, and the rectangular that's like the walls for the main of the interior, next inside. And then I just add some additional like tragic lines like the one over there. So that's in the roof, and there's a triangle there that can be next to it at that point. And onto the medium side, there you can see like I drew another tragic line, and for the left and right sides I even I can also use the lines, you know, like for the corner pegs, and also for the windows, like how I drew it, how I drew them, what I see. And exactly, I just don't forget to draw the rectangle, like, you know, for the stairs. Yeah, it's actually, you know, a bit simple rule, you know. Yeah. And wait a minute, I just even forgot where to sketch. That's the door. Yeah, those are doors are rectangle. So I will just do that anyways. So that if I can make this resketching my artwork done. So for the next image, what am I going to resketch is the ice cream. Hope this looks, you know, quite easy. Yeah. So I'm just gonna make my way, and I'm gonna even start to do it right now. You could even see my screen on my iPad when I was recording. Yeah, there you will go through it, what I will be doing. So now you can see it. Yeah, so you know, it's like outlining, but this one, however, is not, you know, it might not be simpler or faster than the one that the image that I could have found. So I just first of all, I like drawing a line. Yeah, it's kind of like a rectangle, but I just did it as how I just go for like the cone, but not the all-sided parts. And then I even draw the curved line. Like it's what you're gonna believe about actually to make like an ice cream cone. And I even drew like a circle like around on the cream part. And by the way, I even drew the lines, the very thin lines left and right, like for the it's like for the line parts that you continue going through. Okay. And I actually didn't notice that I should ever sketch a rectangle onto the cone. Yeah. So it has to be like this, as a rectangle at first. Yeah, I know. Because I'm a bit mixed up, but don't worry. I guess that one's fine too. So for the last image, this will be the one that I am gonna draw you as for today. The one and only known about the part of my, looks like my favorite character to me. And I can tell you who she is. Her name's Audie. Yeah. And today's her birthday, which is, August 31st. Yeah. Did you know about that? Alright. So now I am going for sketching. The only way to find out is that can be, so simple and can get, quite reliable. So let's see if I can honestly do this, resketching this. But this will be a little bit hard for me. So maybe I can just, whatever I'll do is that I can show you that I can work on my ways. Guess this one looks easy. What do you think? Because I know Audie is a wolf. And I can try to mastermize like within the tangent lines. And also, I drew the body parts at first by making ovals. And then I simply drew out like the triangles. Can be like, you know, apart and a bit apart. And I formatted out by using those lines that appear onto the sketching diagram. And also, I even noticed that I expect is the one that I drew triangles. You see like that, the wolf's fur, they are like triangles. Yeah, what I better look at that. Yeah, because I know sketching, it can be, you know, I mean, resketching, it can be, you know, like a bit simple to you, but that's what you can format it out by using those shapes and the tangent lines. And for pre-drawing, sometimes you can either sketch the way that you feel like, or you can just go overhead, like by, you know, like for those lines that you may able to sketch out by whichever shapes that you must improve to work on, because I know sketching can be professional. Yeah. All right, so time for me to end this video. Please write down in the comments of how do you think is the way that if you want to sketch right before you draw. Yeah, like that. Would you use the, would you prefer to use the professional sketch or the drawing sketch? Well, yeah, I know, whatever, it's up to you, even for me. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye.